Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get our videos on time. Friends, if you know the answer of any questions, then you can also write your answer in the comment box. Let's start the question. The Pune Pact signed in 1932 between B.R. Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi provided. Answer is option D. Joint electorate with reservation for lower classes. By which act the Governor General of India was given the power to issue ordinance. Answer is option A. Indian Council Act 1861. When was the Regulating Act passed? Answer is option B. In 1773 AD. By which act did the Governor General of India get the right to reject the decisions of his committee? Answer is option D. Amendment Act of 1786. When was Queen Victoria appointed as the Empress of India? Answer is option B. In 1876 AD. Queen Victoria had assured many things to be given to Indians in the Declaration of 1858. Which of the following assurances was fulfilled by the British rule? Answer is option C. Status quo of princely states to be maintained. What was the objective of Marley-Minto reforms? Answer is option B. Separate electoral system. In which year the Marley-Minto reforms bill was passed? Answer is option D. In 1909 AD. By whom was an additional electorate for Muslims initially introduced? Answer is option A. Marley-Minto reforms 1909. What was the essence of the provisions in the Montague-Chelmsford reforms? Answer is option C. Dual role in provinces. What was provided for in the Indian Council Act in 1909? Answer is option D. Communal representation. In which of the following was the provision for setting up an All India Federation included? Answer is option D. Government of India Act 1935. Which of the following acts established the diarchy system at the center? Answer is option C. Government of India Act 1935. The first attempt at a federal system was made by which Government of India Act? Answer is option A. 1935. The Cabinet Mission of 1946 was constituted of their ministers. Who among the following was not a member of it? Answer is option B. Lord Emery. Which is not correct about the Cabinet Mission plan? Answer is option C. Pakistan's acceptance. Under whom was it governed after independence until the Constitution of India came into force? Answer is option D. As per Government of India Act of 1935. By which of the following names was the plan to hand over sovereign power to India in the year 1947 known? Answer is option D. Mountbatten Plan. By whom was the post of secretary created in India? Answer is Option D. Government of India Act 1858. Under which Indian Act was some elected representation in the legislature approved for the first time? Answer is option B. Government of India Act 1909. Who was given residuary powers in the Union established by the Government of India Act 1935? Answer is option C. To the Governor General. On what basis were all the decisions taken in the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option C. Agreement and coordination. Who presented the objective resolution in the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option D. Jawaharlal Nehru. Who was the chairman of the Federal Powers Committee of the Constituent Assembly of India? Answer is option A. Jawaharlal Nehru. Indian Constitution was adopted by? Answer is option D. By the Constituent Assembly. When was the resolution to give India a constitution passed by the Constituent Assembly? Answer is January 22, 1947. How many present members of the Constituent Assembly signed the Constitution? Answer is option D. 284. How many articles and schedules were there in the Constitution finally passed by the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option C. 395 articles and 8 schedules. How long did the Constituent Assembly take to frame the Indian Constitution? Answer is option D. 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. From which day the Constituent Assembly emerged as a provisional parliament? Answer is option C. January 26, 1950. Who were the members of the Constituent Assembly by which the Constitution of India was enacted? Answer is option B. By the assemblies of the various provinces. Who among the following was not a member of the Constitution Drafting Committee? Answer is option A. Jawaharlal Nehru. The decision to implement the Constitution on 26 January was taken because? Answer is option C. Congress celebrated this date as Independence Day in 1930. What was the total number of women members in the Constituent Assembly of India? Answer is option D. 15. In 1938, who demanded the formation of a Constituent Assembly on the basis of adult franchise? Answer is option D. Jawaharlal Nehru. Under which plan in 1942 it was accepted that an elected Constituent Assembly would be formed in India which would frame the post-war constitution? Answer is option D. Cripps Plan. By whom was the demand for the constitution of the Constituent Assembly first presented in 1895? Answer is option C. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. What was the basis for setting up the Constituent Assembly of India? Answer is option B. Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. How many representatives were there for the princely states in the Constituent Assembly reorganized? Answer is option A, 70. How many representatives were there for different provinces in the reconstituted Constituent Assembly? Answer is option B, 229. In order to determine the allotted number of members of each province in the Constitution Making Council under the Cabinet Mission Plan, a representative was in what proportion to the population? Answer is option D, 10 lakh people. Who among the following directly elected the members of the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option B, Legislative Assembly of the Provinces. Which province had the maximum representation in the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option D, United Provinces. Constituent Assembly of India. Answer is option C, the provincial assemblies were elected indirectly by the system of proportional representation. Who made the Indian Constitution? Answer is option D, Constituent Assembly. When were the elections for the Constituent Assembly held? Answer is option C, in 1946. When was the Indian Constituent Assembly established? Answer is option A, 9 December 1946. Where was the first session of the Constituent Assembly held? Answer is option C, in Delhi. Who was the constitutional advisor of the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option A, B. N. Rao. Who was the elected permanent president of the Constituent Assembly? Answer is option D, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Friends, if you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.